Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Russellville Cyclone Football. Back at the friendly confines of Cyclone Stadium, co-captains for Russellville, right there for you. Number 52 is Cameron Coker. Number 11 is Clayton Frazier. Number 10, Blake Robinson. And number 54 is Bridger Dale as they make their way to the center of the field to meet the captains, the co-captains for Van Buren. Russellville in their home red, black, and white. For the Van Buren Pointers, number 36 is Mitchell Newby. He's one of the co-captains. Number 41 is Trevor Farrar. That's two out of the three co-captains. We'll catch the other one for you in just a moment. As the officials are going to go through the coin toss ceremony with the two teams, as the Cyclones and the Van Buren Pointers will square off at Cyclone Stadium this evening. Russellville making its way into the top 10 in the state, and a great place for them to be. Russellville won the toss, decided to defer until the second half. Van Buren then will have the option here for the first half. The other captain is Jacob Thompson for Van Buren. Russellville has decided that Van Buren, of course, getting the option. Van Buren is going to receive to begin the first half of play, and Russellville will kick. And, of course, the Cyclones then will have the option for the second half as the Cyclone co-captains make their way to join the remainder of the squad for the run-through behind the cheerleaders and through the tunnel, the smoke-filled tunnel, which is becoming that much more seasonal now because we're getting close to Halloween. Kind of looks like coming out of a Halloween haunted house, as it were. But great place as the Cyclones will run through the tunnel, and the Cyclone fans will welcome them to the field, and the Cyclones will get set to play Van Buren. Now, at first look, you would say, oh, well, here is the Cyclones riding high in the top 10 for the season. Van Buren not having the kind of season that they wanted to have. And I guess if you looked at it on paper or you thought about it, you'd say, well, this is one the Cyclones can kind of take it easy. It shouldn't be too much trouble. This is one the Cyclones are expected to win. But those are the kind that you have to watch out for. The Cyclones know that. Think back to a year ago, and the Cyclones will be on their tiptoes this evening because they do not want to be ambushed by a team which is not expected to win but has everything to gain and nothing to lose. And that's what Van Buren, the position that the Van Buren Pointers are in this evening. So the Cyclones can't afford to let their guard down and let Van Buren jump up and bite them, as it were, and notch a loss of the Cyclones' record against a team that they probably should beat. They should be the victors this evening, but those are the teams that you have to watch particularly for because they, as I said before, they have everything to gain and nothing to lose if they come up and bite the Cyclones here this evening. Well, we're still awaiting the Cyclones to come onto the field. Want to remind you of those great sponsors that we have each and every week. You see them in the lower left-hand side of your screen throughout the telecast. And without them, of course, there would not be any telecasts of Russellville Cyclone football. I know how many of you stop me and tell me how you enjoy the telecasts on television and tell me about what a great professional job, how great it looks, how ESPN-ish it looks on television, and we're appreciative of all those comments. And the best way that you can keep these going, these kind of telecasts going, is to remind and thank these sponsors, remind them how much that you appreciate their sponsorship that allows us to do these telecasts week after week throughout the season. Well, a chilly night, and the Cyclone cheerleaders ready to lead the Cyclones onto the field on this chilly evening, a very football-feeling night here at Cyclone Stadium. Just about ready to go. There are the Cyclone cheerleaders. They work so hard also. Don't think it's just the football team. This is, when you're talking about a football team and a football night, you're talking about the fans, you're talking about the cheerleaders, you're talking about the pep squad, the drill team, you're talking about the band. All of these are representative of the school itself, the school spirit. And so all these different organizations do a great job of getting prepared each and every week for the football games. And here come the Cyclones onto the field. Number 2 there, of course, is Andrew Tryon. 59 is Ezell Dixon. And the Cyclones will trot down to the south end zone where they will have the traditional pre-game prayer with head coach Jeff Holt. And sometimes we are remiss. We talk about the kids. We talk about, as we just did, about cheerleaders and the band and everything. But what a job this coaching staff has done, preparing these young men to represent the Russellville area, both on and off the field, whether they're playing at home or whether they're on the road to such places as Bryant or Little Rock. And there's the band, the Russellville Cyclone Band, the Crimson Cyclone Band. There's none better in the state of Arkansas than the Russellville Band, and that's been the way it has been for many, many years. Back to the days of H.L. Shepard, of course, the great Travis Beard, and now, of course, under the present direction, there are the Russellville Cyclone Band. Good crowd on hand here at Cyclone Stadium, and head coach Jeff Holt counts heads, as he does before every game. Get that specialty team ready to go. You see number 18, Zach Hocker, to come onto the field. We feel like he is the premier kicker in the state of Arkansas. I don't think there's much argument from anybody about that. He's kicked 4 field goals in a game twice this year already. And Zach Hocker will be high on a lot of college teams' recruiting lists. Is ready to kick off for the Cyclones. And we'll get this one underway. One of those co-captains, that was Jacob Thompson, standing deep for Van Buren, dressed in their road white uniforms with green trim. And this game is underway. And it's going to be kicked into the end zone, and there'll be no run out there. We'll get ready for the first action in just a moment. As many teams do against the Cyclones this year with the great leg of Zach Hocker, they start at their own 20-yard line, first down and 10. And as many teams are doing now, more and more they start from the shotgun. Bring a man in motion. Hand it off. Coming to the 20-yard line and bump down with no gain on the play. Andrew Tryon. Let's look at it again from ground level. It's going to come right at you. The running back going to be nipped right at the line of scrimmage by Andrew Tryon. That is Jacob Jenkins, number 15. Give him a yard gain. But there's Andrew Tryon making his presence felt on defense already. Van Buren with a second down and 9. Back to throw. Firing. The pass is complete. There'll be enough for a first down across the 35-yard line, and the pass was complete to Joseph Snap, number 4. Tyler Spoon is the quarterback, a junior, number 11 for Van Buren. It's enough for a first down. Snap, of course, pretty good size target, the junior. Twin receivers come to the near side, plus a man in the slot. Bring Bring a man in motion from right to left, down the line, looking for an option. Pitched on the corner, and finally run out of bounds. The ball carrier is Connor Joyce, number 32, a senior. Runs into his own sideline, out past the 40-yard line at the 42. Second down and 4 coming up for Van Buren. We've seen the pass. We've seen the inside reverse handoff to the wide receiver coming in motion, and we've seen the option. So quite a bit of varied offense already from Van Buren. Looking. And a sack on the play. Turned in there by big number 47, Aaron McConnell. Let's look at it again. Back, Tyler Spoon wanted to throw the football, but never got it away, and he is buried back at the 30-yard line by Aaron McConnell. It's an injury timeout on the field, and they'll take a look at the quarterback, and we'll be right back. Well, there's the quarterback, number 11, Tyler Spoon. He's going to have to leave the ball game. He's going off gingerly to the far sideline. He was down for quite a while. Dylan Pittman, a sophomore, will now be the quarterback for Van Buren. And we hope, of course, that Tyler Spoon is all right. We'll see if he's able to return to the football game. But here's Pittman from the shotgun. Rolls to the near side. He's being pressured, and he's going to be sacked. That's back-to-back sacks, and both of them turned in by Aaron McConnell. Let's look at it again. Pittman rolls to the near side, but look, shooting the gap, McConnell just wraps him up. Doesn't let him get rid of the football, and it's a loss on the play again. Back to the 23-yard line. So it's a punting situation for the Pointers. And the kick into the air. And it's going to be downed at the 47-yard line. Let's make that the 43-yard line where it finally is touchdown, and that is where the Cyclones will start first down and 10. Tough situation for that young sophomore to come in early in the football game, Dylan Pittman, and he got sacked the very first play. Talking about sophomore quarterbacks, here he is, Lane Reeves, and he throws, and the ball goes out of bounds. It's incomplete. The pass intended for Matt Lutz. However, do want to remind you that really was a lateral. And luckily it got out of bounds because that was a live ball. And since it was, then it's not an incomplete pass. It's a lateral, and it goes out of bounds there. And the Cyclones have to suffer the loss back to the 36-yard line. Sophomore quarterback, Lane Reeves, continuing to fill in for the injured Barrett Hughes. Giving it off to Avery and Collins. Number 5 on the run for the Cyclones. The gain out to the 41-yard line. Got quite a bit of the yardage back, lost on the lateral. But it's still a third down and 12. Got to give a lot of kudos to number 14, Lane Reeves. He has filled in admirably at quarterback for the Cyclones, while Barrett Hughes has been recuperating, the senior quarterback. There's a pass. Oh, it was intended for Avery and Collins and incomplete. He was hit just as the ball got there, and it popped out. And that's going to bring up a fourth down for the Cyclones. And Zach Hocker will check into the game to punt the football away, as the Cyclones will have a fourth down and 12. So both teams here in their opening series have gone the wrong way. They both have lost yardage before having to punt the football away. But A good Zach Hocker kick is likely to pin Van Buren deep in their territory, and we'll see whether the starting quarterback, Tyler Spoon, is able to return. If not, that young sophomore, Dylan Pittman, is going to have to fill in. High snap. Hocker is going to run with the football. 40, 45 to the 50-yard line. We'll see if that's enough for a first down on a bad snap. And Zach Hocker with a great run. Very opportunistic after the high snap, and we'll check it out when we return after this. Well, it was not enough for the first down at the 50-yard line. You see the nose of the football, the length of the football into Russellville territory. A short carry straight ahead from Connor Joyce, number 32. He may have picked up a yard to the 48-yard line. And it is the sophomore quarterback, Dylan Pittman, who remains in the ball game. Now they run a very tight formation here. Bring a man in motion. Quick pitch it to him. Comes to the far side. Enough for the first down before Andrew Tryon knocks him out of bounds at the 38-yard line. That was Jacob Thompson, number 12, one of the co-captains. They brought him in motion and then pitched it to him, sweeping left out of that tight formation, including two wingbacks in the formation, and the officials are going to talk about this particular situation. And they're going to call illegal motion against Van Buren. So something in that particular situation was not kosher on how they were, what formation they were in, and how the running back, Jacob Thompson, came in motion. And the official said, no, I don't believe that was a correct move, and that's a backfield in motion penalty. We'll move it from the 48 back 5 yards. Moves it back across the 50 to the 47-yard line of Van Buren. So a second down and 13. These teams, again, are moving the wrong directions. Thompson is split wide. Pittman, nothing. He missed the handoff, and he is dumped immediately by Rumassi, number 82. Let's look at it again from ground level. Looked like he wanted to hand it to somebody, and there wasn't anybody there. It may have been supposed to be an option. You fake the belly series, and then he was going to come down the line, but he never got down the line. There's a loss there on the play. Back to the 46-yard line. Now Van Buren spreads it out. Bring Thompson in motion from right to left. Pittman's going to roll to the left-hand side, throws on the run, and incomplete. Good coverage over there. Let's look at it again on the instant replay. Pittman rolls left. This is a tough throw for anybody. Threw back, and the dying quail was not good. Bradford Webb had coverage over there on Joseph Snap, the junior. 7:20 to go in the first period, no score. And Van Buren's going to have to kick the football away once again. Avery and Collins is deep. And dropped the football. Tries to get it away, does get the football away with the punt. And it's going to roll dead inside the 15, down around the 13-yard line. But there's a flag on the play. Let's see what the officials. I heard some Cyclone fans hollering. So let's see if this one's coming all the way back. The discussion deep in Cyclone territory. But now they're coming way back upfield. So we'll check out the flag when we return after this. Well, you saw the official pick up the flag. No penalty. They finally decide, so the football is just outside the 18-yard line for Russellville, first down and 10. Let's see if somebody can get some positive yards here in the first quarter. Lane Reeves, we've seen him pass. We've seen him also do a lot of carrying the football himself. Bring a man in motion. Give it off to Jacob Sparks, and Sparks spins to the 19-yard line. Stop was made defensively by Jimmy Barber. Look at it here. An instant replay. Nice hole opened by the offensive line, but Van Buren did a good job of closing pretty quickly on Jacob Sparks. Gain out to the 18. Lane Reeves in the shotgun. Now he's going to take it himself. Not much there. He got to the 20, just a couple of yard pickup. Stop made defensively by 16, Walsh Rogers, sophomore for Van Buren. A third down and 4 coming up for the Cyclones after the 2-yard pickup. This first quarter has just flown by. Twin receivers to the near side. Offset I in the backfield. Reeves gives it off to Jacob Sparks, but he did not get anywhere. Maybe a yard will be as much as they will say that he got. First person to hit him was number 40, Austin Dodd, and then Austin got help. They are going to give him a yard pickup, but that's going to bring up fourth down from the 21-yard line, and Russellville's going to have to kick the football away. Nobody making any progress so far in the early going of this football game. So Zach Hocker, who had to run it the last time after a high snap, will kick it, and that is Joseph Snap deep. Good snap this time. And a high hanger. Going to hit and going to take a Cyclone roll and roll dead. Van Buren will have the football, first down and 10 once again late in the first quarter after these messages. There the Cyclone cheerleaders bundled up tonight. Frosty night here in Russellville. But that's football weather. Van Buren with the football, and I think probably negative yards total offense on both sides of the football right now. Pittman still in at quarterback. Comes the near side, gives the pitch, and back to the line of scrimmage as far as it goes for Connor Joyce, number 32. Let's look at it again. A little pitch. That was a dangerous pitch. But look who's coming in there. Aaron McConnell and also Andrew Tryon making the stop for Russellville. Give him a yard pickup to the 44-yard line, 2nd and 9. And Van Buren runs from the tight formation with a tailback and 2 wingbacks. Bring a man in motion. That's Thompson. He gets the pitch on the corner, but Russellville there to defend that play. Over there, John Olson to make the play. Look at the instant replay as Thompson tries to sweep left. Russellville strung it out. Blake Robinson slowed the play, and then Olson finished it off. Maybe a yard pickup. Well, really no gain. 3rd down and 9 from the 44-yard line. There on the far hash mark, the narrow side of the field. Twin receivers split over there to the narrow side. Bring a man in motion from left to right. Pittman pitches it on the corner. And a good gain down the sideline and out of bounds after enough for the first down. Carrying the football was Connor Joyce, number 32. Addison Walker made the stop, but not before a first down for Van Buren, and enough to bring the football into Cyclone territory. About the 45. Again, the tight formation for the Pointers. Quick pitch to Thompson, narrow side of the field. Not going to get much there as Olsen bumps him out of bounds after he picked up maybe a yard. Got to be hard to run to the narrow side of the field on an option play where Russell was pretty well stringing the defense out. Give him a yard. 2nd and 9. Pittman waits on the play to come in. Bringing it is Mitchell Newby into the ball game. Quick pitch on the corner. And some hard running there. Got it to across the 40 and down to about the 39-yard line. Connor Joyce, again, carrying the football. So for Van Buren, it's a 3rd down and 4. Football at the 39-yard line. They've got to get nearly to the 35. Twin receivers, both right and left. Bring a man in motion from left to right to the near side. Throwing. And the pass complete. Kevin Neal was the man who caught the football. And we have a timeout for a measurement. Very close to a 1st down for Van Buren. Late in the 1st quarter, no score, but Van Buren making a little bit of an offensive drive here. They stretch the chain, and it is going to be, it's quite a bit short. It's doggone near a yard short. That almost didn't need to be measured. At least 2 feet short. But Van Buren has got to get nearly to the 35, and the football is being placed outside the 36. No score here. The Cyclones and the Van Buren Pointers from Cyclone Stadium. You see 2:45 left to go here in the opening quarter. No score. Neither team able to mount any offense so far. Not much. Go to the tight formation for Van Buren with 2 wingbacks and a tailback. Now they bring in motion. They brought Thompson again. Now he's going to reset back as a wingback. Now they bring the other wingback and they toss it out there. And who's going to come up with the football? Nobody really wanted to catch the football. Pittman just pitched it out there. There was nobody in the area. It was just to an open area. Let's see if the Cyclones have come up with the football. Yes, Russellville is going to get it. Pittman here comes down the line. He just pitches it on the corner, and there's a mad scramble for it. Actually, Van Buren had a chance to pick it up. But then there's a scramble. You can see the football reappear, and the Cyclones have come up with it. At the 38-yard line. Late in the 1st quarter, 1st turnover of the game. And Lane Reeves at quarterback. See if he can engineer some offense now. Get the Cyclones on the board. Reeves hands it off to Jacob Sparks. Nice hole for a moment, but it closed quickly as he got to the 40, and the stop made by Quentin George, number 5. For Van Buren.
Jesse Nichols was also there. Gain of 3.
Short pickup for the Cyclones. 2nd down and about 7 across the 40 at the 41-yard line. No score late in the 1st quarter. Russellville, Van Buren. All the conference games are important. I started to say an important conference game, but they're all important. And the football, Sparks trying to run for daylight and is stood up and dumped after a short gain. At the bottom of that pile, Jesse Nichols, number 65. What a workhorse Jacob Sparks has been for the Cyclones this season. Built low to the ground, finds those holes, finds those seams. Excellent. 3rd and 5 for Russellville from the 42-yard line. Smith goes split to the far side, along with Lutz. Split receiver to the near side for the Cyclones. Reeves wants to throw the football. Oh, now he's being forced out of the pocket and dumped. Over there to make the sacks, Quentin George, number 5.
Quentin George was there along with Jonathan Quintero.
So nothing doing there for the Cyclones, and that's going to force a punting situation for the Cyclones as they don't get very much offensively accomplished in this series. The two teams just kind of butting heads against each other at the middle of the field. Hocker, a driving kick this time. It's going to roll, and it's picked up and dumped immediately. Bradford Webb dumps number 4, Joseph Snap, immediately. Look at here. Boom. Didn't even get to take a step. Well, the Pointers will have the football when we return. Van Buren will spread things out. Football just shy of the 25-yard line late here in the first quarter. Bring Thompson in motion and give it to him. He's going to sweep left, but Bradford Webb is over there, and he holds on for dear life, and that's all he needed with a loss back to the 21-yard line. Look at it again on instant replay. Thompson gets the handoff. We've seen this play before, and Russellville strings it out, and Bradford Webb comes over there and holds onto that right leg for dear life. And it's a loss on the play for the Pointers. Loss of about 3, 2nd and 13. And that is the end of the first quarter with no score. Russellville 0, Van Buren 0. We'll be right back. Well, it's been a slow and sluggish first quarter for both teams. Van Buren, Pittman at quarterback. The sophomore rolls, throws, got that one complete, but it's for a loss on the play. That's Neal who made the reception. Number 35 as Pittman rolled right. Throws and boom, right there to make the stop. Jackson Jacobs makes the stop, number 17 for Russellville. Great job by our camera crew also, being right on the spot. As Neal checks out of the ballgame after being busted, and that loss to the 21-yard line. No score in the football game. Twin receivers wide side of the field. Bring Thompson in motion. Pittman wants to throw. Now he's being forced out of the pocket. Going to run. And Rue Massey's going to finally bring him down after a short pickup. Number 82 for the Cyclones. Again, Pittman having to step in for the injured Tyler Spoon, who was injured early in the football game. And now Van Buren with a 4th and 8 going to have to kick the football away. Number 5, Avery and Collins is deep, and the kick is away. And the ball is going to roll dead. And the Cyclones will have it 1st down and 10 following this timeout. Cyclones with 1st down at their own 39-yard line. Let's see if somebody can get some offense going as the Cyclones have twin receivers left. Jacob Sparks in the backfield. And, of course, now on both sides of the football, we have sophomore quarterbacks going, subbing for injured starters. Lane Reeves wants to toss it up. Oh, almost. Oh, and it was caught. I thought it said it was almost intercepted. And somehow Avery and Collins came up with that football. How did he get there? The ball went right through the defender's hands. Lane Reeves throws. It's a pretty ball, but the defender had it. Whoops. And there, between 3 defenders. Number 2 there was Cole Plunkett, a sophomore, and he had his hands on it. But it's enough for a first down. Sometimes some strange things happen. Lane Reeves going to keep it himself. Big gainer down to the 25-yard line. The big sophomore. Look at it from ground level. Fake to Jacob Sparks. Finds a big crease. Some nice downfield blocking by the Cyclones. Before number 8, Jimmy Barber brings him down, a junior. It's a first down for Russellville at the 26-yard line, and the offense beginning to roll for the Cyclones. Lane Reeves, that big 6'3", 180 sophomore, throws it out in the flat. It's complete to Matt Lutz, a short gainer. Stop made by Cole Plunkett, number 2. I'll bet Cole Plunkett never forgets that play. That pass went right through his hands. But it was a completion for the Cyclones in and amongst 3 defenders from Van Buren. All right. Reeves in the shotgun. Gives it off. Jacob Sparks still on his feet, and he is pulled down, looked like by the back of his jersey. There's the handoff and some good up front blocking by that Cyclone offensive line, but Jacob Sparks just small enough that he's able to kind of duck under defenders. It's a first down for Russellville at the 15-yard line. Walsh Rogers made the stop, number 16 for Van Buren, but the Cyclones down the red zone. Twin receivers left, that's Smith and Collins. Reeves keeping it himself. Oh, he's going to be bumped down hard. Short gain left. Stop was made defensively by Austin Dodd, number 40. Gain of 2 to the 13-yard line. Reeves looks over to the sideline to get the play from head coach Jeff Holt. Cyclones trying to get themselves ahead in this football game. No score, second quarter at Cyclone Stadium. From the shotgun, twin receivers split right, single receiver left, and Reeves going to keep it himself. Oh, not much there. Boy, he is met and dumped hard as he got back to the line of scrimmage. Good job by Van Buren. Big number 65, once again there, Jesse Nichols, the junior. Called a loss of a yard. And look how that clock is moving. 8 minutes, down below 8 minutes until halftime and no score. Cyclones huddle a long time. Collins goes split left. Offset eye in the backfield, bring a man in motion. Give it off to Collins. Collins streaking. Gets it down to the 6-yard line. Around the left-hand side. Look at it again from ground level. Here's Collins taking the football. Got some nice up front blocking. And again, number 16, we've called his name a bunch already. Walsh Rogers makes the stop. Fourth down and short for the Cyclones at the 6-yard line. And guess what? Cyclones say we're going to go for it. They could get a field goal. It's a short distance for Zach Hocker, but they're going to go for the inches here. And Lane Reeves, he's got plenty enough. Got to the 5-yard line with his forward progress. Got pushed back. Let's look at it again. Stop made by Trevor Farrar, number 41, but the pile moved forward enough for the first down, it looks to me. The officials are going to look at it on bring in the chain at the 5-yard line. Nose the football at the 5, stretch it out. Oh my goodness, look, oh wee! Now, is that good or no good? It's right at the stake. The officials want to look at it again even closer. They may have to get out a magnifying glass. Look at the official down on his knees. Yeah, I can see if you can roll it past, it must not be enough for the first down. It's first down, Van Buren. We'll be back. And a good job by the officials. They said, well, if I can roll the football past the stake, then it must not touch the stake and it wouldn't be enough. And that's what they did. You don't see that very often, but Van Buren has the football at their own 5-yard line. Give it off, just slugging forward to the 10. Number 32 is Connor Joyce.
Connor Joyce on the carry.
Down there, Ricky Collins, number 40. Number 44 is Addison Walker. That's a gain of about 5, though, for Joyce.
Addison Walker and Aaron McConnell in on the tackle.
Now we have an official's timeout.
Gain of 5. Second down and 5, Van Buren, the 10-yard line.
So Van Buren gets a little bit of operating room. Got 10 yards at their back now instead of just 5. Tight formation. Bring a man in motion. Give it off to Joyce once again, and Joyce gets out to about the 13 or the 14-yard line. About the 13, Ricky Collins is there. Got some help there from Bradford Webb, number 1.
Host the Cyclones were there. Ricky Collins.
Out at the 13-yard line. Leaves about 2 to go for a first down as Van Buren keeps it close to the vest and on the ground. Like we said, both teams operating with sophomore quarterbacks filling in for injured starters. Barrett Hughes, of course, been out a couple of weeks with that shoulder. Handoff, almost broke it. Connor Joyce got enough for the first down. Andrew Tryon and Bradford Webb were over there, but it's enough for a first down at the 24-yard line for Van Buren. Good up front blocking from Van Buren's offensive line there. Just the belly series, you know. For Van Buren, their starting quarterback, Tyler Spoon, was injured early in this football game and has not returned. So Pittman has had to pick up the slack. He didn't think he'd be probably even playing in the ball game tonight. Bring a man in motion. Give it on the reverse. And Bradford Webb's going to bring him down about the 40-yard line. Carrying the football was Jacob Jenkins, the sophomore, number 15. Enough for another first down for Van Buren. It's a first down at the 40-yard line. Remember, this drive started at the 5 when the Cyclones failed on a 4th and inches at the 5-yard line. Van Buren has just muscled it out from their own 5 to the 40-yard line. Behind sophomore quarterback Dylan Pittman. Again, 2 wingbacks and a very tight tailback. 2 tight ends. Bring the man in motion. Pitch it on the corner and picking up 2 or 3 yards into the Van Buren bench. That's Jenkins again, number 15. Picked up about 4 on the play, 2nd and 6.
Reeves was there, along with Addison Walker. Gain of 4, second down and 6, Van Buren, the 44-yard line.
Pittman looks to the sideline. The play comes in, carried by Ethan Six, whose number is 6. Again, 2 tight ends, very tight formation. Give it off to Jenkins. Jenkins, he's carried it about 3 times in a row there. A little crossbuck play on the reverse. The flow went to the left, and he came back right. And it's enough for a first down. Football at the 47 of Russellville. So the Russellville Cyclone defense going to have to make some adjustments here. As Van Buren content to just keep it close to the vest, and they've picked up some pretty good yardage running the football between the tackles and around the ends. Got 2 wingbacks again and a tailback. Quick pitch it to Jenkins. He's going to run again. Picks up some yardage before being knocked down just inside the sideline at the 42-yard line. The pickup will bring up a third down, if I'm correct.
Gain of 5, second down and 5.
Make it second down and 5. Second down. And Pittman has done a nice job here of just making sure it gets to the right ball carrier's hands. And the offensive blocking from this tight formation has been really good for Van Buren so far. Jenkins faked the pitch, now throws downfield again. Jenkins gets it after the throw from Pittman. Down to about the 32-yard line on that pass completion. And it's another first down for the Pointers. So instead of running the ball, Jenkins, they kind of faked a pitch to him, and then Pittman stepped back and threw it to him. He found a crease and a little hole in the Cyclone defense and carries it down to the 32-yard line of the Cyclones. Deepest penetration for Van Buren this evening. Twin wingbacks bring Jenkins in motion. And this time Pittman wanted to hand it off, kept it himself, and the Cyclones with the loss on the play. Here's Pittman. Couldn't give it to the ball carrier. He'd already been tackled. And the Cyclones there for the big loss on the play. Brad Barnes, number 36, led the way. Loss of almost a yard. Second down and 11. Back near the 33-yard line. The ball on the ground, and the Cyclones, I think, have come up with it. It was supposed to be kind of a handoff back to Thompson on a reverse, but instead the ball, let's look at it again on instant replay. He wanted to give it off to Thompson, but Thompson couldn't come up with a handoff. If you noticed, all the flow was right, and this was supposed to be kind of a reverse handoff to Thompson coming back to the weak side, and he couldn't corral it. And the Cyclones fall on it. And look here, just a minute and 37 seconds left to go in the half. No score. Reeves throws out the backfield, and it is complete. Out of bounds with it at the 40-yard line. Avery and Collins, let's look at it again. Reeves looks for Avery, who just did a little turnaround out there. And he's able to get 3 or 4 yards, maybe a little bit more. Well, it's almost 10 yards there as he was able to run down the far sideline in front of the Van Buren bench. Second down and 2. Throw, the pass, complete once again to Avery and Collins. Cole Plunkett, number 2, made the stop as we look at it on instant replay. Again, just some short pass plays, but they've been successful. It's enough for a first down for the Cyclones at the 43-yard line. Time running out, though, before the half. Fake. Quick pass comes to Demarius Neal, and he gets enough, or almost enough, for a first down. Let's look at it again. Fake it inside to Collins. Then throw it underneath, almost a screen play. It is. To Neal, and he gets down there very close to a first down. It's timeout for Russellville. 44 seconds left in the half. Be right back.
Second down and inches, Russellville.
Just a short to go for a first down for the Cyclones. Not much at all after that pass and catch by Demarius Neal. So head coach Jeff Old also wanted the timeout to preserve that few seconds remaining on the clock, which is about 44 seconds. It's all that's left. So the Cyclones onto the field. No score in this football game, and we have almost expired the entire first half. In a game you might have thought might have been high scoring. 3 wide receivers to the near side. That's the wide side of the field. Lane Reeves, now, oops, he was going to throw it, fakes it, now he's going to keep it. It's enough for the first down and down to about the 42-yard line. Let's look at it again. Looks like this may have been a fake. He looked like he was going to throw it out for a screen, and then he comes back to the inside, broke a tackle, and gets enough for the first down. Jimmy Barber, number 8, one of the first ones there to hit. Lane Reeves back, wants to throw the football. Now he wants to run straight ahead, but he's going to be drugged down from behind after a short pickup. And the Cyclones are going to call another timeout. There are the cheerleaders and pep squad on the near side trying to whoop up the spirits of the Cyclone faithful, the fans who've turned out in big numbers tonight. Just 28 seconds left before halftime. Cyclones at the 42-yard line. Twin receivers are split left. Shotgun for Lane Reeves. Brings the man in motion. Fakes to Collins. Wants to go downfield. Got a man open, but overthrew Cole Smith in the end zone. Boy, had him wide open. He'd gotten behind the defender, Tyler Hassel, number 7, a senior. But just a little bit long. Pretty ball thrown, and he had plenty of time, but just led him a little bit too much. Oh, that would have been a nice 6 right there. Here late in the first half. 22 seconds, all that's left. Third down, Cyclones. Reeves wants to throw again. Throws underneath to Demarius Neal, and nice catch by the little safety valve pass. Plenty of Van Buren pointers there to stop him on the instant replay. Faked like he was going to throw long. Now he goes to his secondary receiver, who's Neal, who's wide open at the 35. Gets down to the 31-yard line before he is stopped by number 43, Marshall Newby, number 43. First down for the Cyclones, but a quick spike of the ball at the 32 to stop the clock. Not a whole lot of time remaining, and the Cyclones still 32 yards away from pay dirt. Time running out. Matt Lutz goes split left, along with Cole Smith. Shotgun for Lane Reeves. Receiver right is Avarian Collins. Looking. Pass complete, but I think he was out of bounds. Let's see. Incomplete. He caught it, but he was out of bounds when he caught it. Collins was. Nice grab, but it brings up a field goal opportunity for Zach Hocker. It's going to be from the 39. That'll be a 49-yard attempt. Blake Robinson will hold. Try to get something on the board here before the end of the half. So Robinson holds at the 39. And there's a timeout called on the field. We'll have that field goal attempt in just a moment. You see the time remaining, just about 5 seconds. Just enough for this kick attempt from Zach Hocker. He's kicked him this long already this year, so this is not outside of his range. But it's still a pretty good, got to put a pretty good leg into it. Now you think about kicking something off the ground and kick it through those goalposts from that distance. Now that is something. And Van Buren's going to call another timeout. try to ice Zach from that kick attempt. Back after this. I guess Van Buren decided we might as well use him and try to ice Zach Hocker, but he's not very easily iced. He has kicked a lot of field goals. Very accurate kicker, great leg. So we'll see what happens here. Well, guess what? We're going to get another Van Buren timeout. Well, I guess the Van Buren decided there's no sense holding them over. You can't hold them over to the second half. You might as well use them and try to ice the kicker. It's the first time I've seen 3 back-to-back timeouts in a long time. Zach's going to be tired of walking on and off the field. Well, we'll try it again here. See if we can. That was Van Buren's last timeout, so they can't stop it again. So now Hocker will... I think he's just glad to get the opportunity to kick now. 5 seconds to go. Robinson will hold. High snap. The kick is down, and the kick, it's good. Great job by Zach Hocker, and also on the placement from Blake Robinson. 3-0 Cyclones. Back in a moment. Cyclone recap of the first half, and not a whole lot to talk about, not a whole lot of offense. Cyclone defense did a great job of stopping Van Buren throughout the first half. There's a sack. There were back-to-back sacks, as a matter of fact. This is where Pittman came into the ball game, and he sacked right after the starting quarterback, Tyler Spoon, was injured in the ball game for Van Buren. Pittman trying to throw downfield. That one is broken up by Bradford Webb. Cyclones try to do a little bit offensively with Jacob Sparks. Pitch on the corner there. What a dump there by the Cyclone defense. Thompson. Play strung out great. Good job done by the Cyclones. John Olson there. Ball loose on the ground and rolled through 4 or 5 people's hands before the Cyclones finally came up with it. Look at this nail right here on a punt. Give it off to Thompson. He's going to be dropped out there by Bradford Webb. Cyclone defense did a great job, but neither team able to do a whole lot offensively. This one thrown out here, and Jacobs makes the stop on that particular play. Jackson Jacobs. There's the most unusual play of the first half, right through the defender's hands for a completion for the Cyclones. Lane Reeves doing a little running, but the Cyclones just could not get it in the end zone. Jacob Sparks knocking on the door, getting down to around the 15-yard line. Adrian Collins sweeping right in front of your screen. Hard running. It was just that kind of a first half. Nobody could really do a whole lot offensively. There's another drop for a loss by the Cyclone defense, that time on Pittman. Give this one on the inside. Whoops! Thompson drops the ball, and the Cyclones make the recovery, stopping a Van Buren drive. Cyclones try to mount something here late in the first half. Collins with a reception. Another reception, but look at the Van Buren defense doing a good job. Here's a great play underneath to Demarius Neal, and he will run over you, let me tell you. Almost enough for a first down there at midfield. Reeves fakes like he's going to throw. Now he brings it back with a nice run right up the middle. But as I said earlier, both teams really the victims of the other team's defense. Again, Neal with a nice reception here on a underneath pass, and then all the timeouts, 3 of them back to back before the field goal attempt coming up from Zach Hocker. 49 yards. And look at this sweet thing. It was a high snap, and he still got it down, and it could have gone another 5 yards. And that was all the scoring. What a toe. 3-0 Russellville at the half. That's the Cyclone first half. Recap. Well, not a whole lot to smile about in the first half for either team. 3-0. Zach Hocker, after 3 timeouts back-to-back, kicks a 49-yard field goal, but that's been the only scoring in this football game. So we'll go to the center of the field and decide who's going to kick and who's going to receive. And we'll get this third quarter underway. We told you at the beginning of the ball game, Van Buren not having the kind of year that they would like to have, and then they lose their starting quarterback in the very opening moments of the football game. Tyler Spoon has not returned. He did not return throughout that entire first half. And young quarterback Dylan Pittman, a sophomore, had to fill in. Cyclones will receive, defend the north goal. Van Buren will kick and defend the south goal to begin the third quarter. But as I said again, Van Buren's got to feel pretty good. They've held the Cyclones to 3 points throughout the first half and did that with a substitute quarterback. Of course, the Cyclones are operating without their senior leader in Barrett Hughes, also still out with a shoulder injury. But Van Buren's got to feel pretty good. And here's a team, I'll say again, who has not had a very good year to this point. Cyclones have. But this is the kind of team you have to be very, very, very watchful of. You can't let your guard down for a moment because they have everything to play for. They got nothing to lose. They're not going to go to the playoffs, even though we're just in midseason. They're probably not going to go to the playoffs. Cyclones wanting to go to the playoffs. And that's the kind of team that can come up and snatch a victory away from you and put a loss on there, a very damaging loss on your record. So the Cyclones don't want that to happen at all. So Van Buren will be kicking off, and the Cyclones will have it on offense. Let's see if the Cyclones can get some things going offensively here to start the third quarter. Andrew Tryon, number 2, back deep. So Van Buren with the kickoff headed to start the third quarter. Oh, and it's a squib kick. They tried to get an onside kick and maybe get the football back. But luckily, the Cyclones had number 54, Bridger Dale, right there. The public address announcer says Matt Lutz was also there, so we'll give him credit also. At the 49-yard line, Cyclones get great field position after the attempted onside kick fails for Van Buren. Reeves from the shotgun gives it off to Sparks. He bounced off one set of defenders and gets it down to the 40. The ball popped loose and went out of bounds. No, it did not go out of bounds. The official said it was recovered by Van Buren. Let's look at it again. Look at Sparks says, whoop, there's no place to go there, so I'm going to come to the near side. Got a little running room across the 50. And boom, the helmet right on the ball, and right there was number 8, Jimmy Barber, and he was able, the official said he corralled it before it went out of bounds. I thought it had gone out of bounds. But Van Buren gets the ball at their own 39-yard line in good field position for the Pointers. This has been a very strange football game already. Well, Tyler Spoon is not back in the football game. Pittman is at quarterback. Bring a man in motion. Give it to Neal, who hands it back to Thompson, who's going to throw downfield. Has a man wide open. Andrew Tryon's going to drag him down at the 7-yard line, but the dipsy doodle was complete to Joseph Snap, the junior. The trick play works for the Pointers, and what did I just finish telling you? Van Buren is going to throw all the stops out. They're going to go use every trick play, whatever they can do in a game like this. They've got nothing to lose. And that was a big play down to the 6-yard line. Cyclone defense going to be called on now. Russell leads 3-0. Pittman loses the football, and let's see if the Cyclones get it back. They do. Wait a minute. The officials are going to talk about it. Look here. Here's Pittman coming down the line. Wants to go, and he was going to pitch it right, and the ball got knocked loose by Blake Robinson. The ball is loose. And what are the officials saying? They're calling it an incomplete pass. Well, on the replay, you can see, obviously, it looked like that the ball was knocked loose. And there's another fumble. Well, I don't think this is an incomplete pass. Rue Massey on that one, and he comes up. This one Pittman never got his hands on the snap. Cyclones dive for it, and there's Rue Massey right down on the ball. They're at the 10-yard line. So the Cyclones, well, they didn't get the last one, but they got this one. Very interesting call on that before. The play before the fumble actually recovered by the Cyclones. But anyway, at the 9-yard line, Russ will have it first down and 10. Has this been a strange start to the third quarter? Lane Reeves gives it off to Jacobs. Oh, he's going to keep it himself. Nice fake, and Lane Reeves faked everybody out, including the cameraman, and Reeves with a nice carry himself. The 6'3", 180-pound sophomore has proven he can look at it from ground level. Faked it to Sparks. Sparks did a great job of carrying out his fake, and Lane Reeves carries it for a big gainer and enough for a Russellville Cyclone first down. Good job by Jacob Sparks to carry out that fake. Faked everybody out. Football at the 38-yard line. First down and 10. Give it off to Cole Smith on the end around. Got some good up front blocking, and I see a flag on the play. Over there defensively was number 41, Trevor Farrar. But let's see. Oftentimes that means a holding, and that's what it is. It's holding against Russellville. So this one's going to come back, cost the Cyclones some yardage, and they'll repeat first down. Back to the 33-yard line.
10-yard penalty.
10-yard penalty from the spot of the infraction.
First down at 16, Russellville.
And now the official says, wait a minute, I didn't mark off enough yardage. I wondered why it was just 5. And it's 10 yards from, that's a 10-yard penalty. So the football back to the 28-yard line. Oops on the official. Reeves keeps it himself. Straight ahead, nice running, and he's going to be drugged down from behind. An ankle tackle from Jimmy Barber. And look on this replay. He fakes it to Jacob Sparks, and Jacob just gets hammered, but he didn't have the football. Now that's taking one for the team.
Second down and 6, Russellville.
Second down and 6 for Russellville after the nice run by Lane Reeves. Give it off to Sparks this time, and Sparks is going to be dumped. Well, Van Buren has seen the tapes. Ethan 6 in there to make the stop. 9:50 to go here in the third quarter. Russellville with a 3-0 lead. But Van Buren's done a great job of viewing tapes of previous games with Lane Reeves in there, and they have really corralled Jacob Sparks so far tonight. Twin receivers split left. Shotgun for Lane Reeves. Throws out in the flat to Averian Collins. Oh, he's open down the near sideline and bumped out of bounds after a nice run. Knocked out of bounds by Cole Plunkett, number 2. Let's look at it again from ground level.
Cole Plunkett on the tackle.
Avery and Collins down the near sideline. Finally knocked out of bounds. Cole Plunkett with a nice job there. Otherwise, that was a touchdown.
After the play, a flag is
there's a flag thrown. Oh, it's a sideline warning.
Sideline warning against Van Buren.
So the football again at the 34-yard line, inside the 34, and the Cyclones trying to put a TD there on the board. Reeves. Whoop, the ball lost. And Lane Reeves able to fall on it for a little bit of a loss. Looked like he wanted to go to Jacob Sparks, but then he had to try to pull it back, and then all of a sudden the ball was on the ground.
Second down and 13, Russellville.
So second and 13, football back at the 36-yard line. 3-0, Russellville. It has been a tight football game. A lot of warfare in the trenches tonight, and neither team able to really get a whole lot going offensively. Ball's been on the ground several times. Back, Reeves wants to go downtown, and it is picked off. A little short. And I think that was Plunkett who came up with it, Cole Plunkett. So with 8:29 left to go in the third period, Russellville gives up the football on the interception to Van Buren. The pass was thrown a little bit short. And now Van Buren will have it midway through the third. And 3 points, not much to hold on to for the Cyclones. That 49-yard field goal from Zach Hocker, the only points of this football game so far. Pittman under center. Gives it off to Joyce, straight ahead. Hard running. Brad Barnes there, number 36.
Brad Barnes along with Madison Walker there to make the tackle.
So Van Buren, knowing that late in the first half they had some success just lining up and running it at the Cyclones. However, they were victimized by the fumbleitis. So number 6 is in the ball game. Ethan 6, he's split right. Bring a man in motion. That's Thompson. There goes the ball loose again. Boy, it's been on the ground a bunch tonight.
Fumble on the play, recovered by Thompson.
So Pittman just had to fall on the football there.
Correction, Pittman.
Lost back to the 18-yard line after that fumble snap. And you know, really, when Pittman came into the ball game, he didn't have any trouble for a long time, and it's just been as of late that he's had a little trouble with the center quarterback exchange. Run 2 wide receivers right, but close to the formation. Give it off. And not much there. Matter of fact, not back to the line of scrimmage. Carrying it was Jenkins, Jacob Jenkins, number 15. From ground level on the instant replay, he's coming on a reverse, trying to find some room, but I'm sorry. Just red jerseys there. Rue Massey, Aaron McConnell, number 47 there. Brad Barnes, 36. To meet the Cyclones. Van Buren brings the punt team onto the field. Good snap, and the kick is away. It's going to be a short kick, though. Watch, don't let it hit anybody. It takes a Russellville roll back to the 30 and down, and we'll have Russellville in action offensively in a moment. Great field position for the Cyclones at the Van Buren 30. Let's see if they can punch one in here. Twin receivers split right. Single receiver left. Offset eye in the backfield for the Cyclones. Give it off to Collins. Bring it back to Cole Smith. He's going to throw it. It is complete to Matt Lutz for Russellville. Touchdown. Nice bit of trickery there from the Cyclones themselves. Give it off to Collins. He flips it back to Smith. Smith looks like he's going to run, then he stops, gives it a heave, and all alone is Lutz. And he runs 5 yards and dives into the end zone for a touchdown. Nice bit of trickery here at the Halloween time of the year. Do you want a trick or a treat? In this case, the Cyclones took both. And Zach Hocker will be on to attempt the kick. Down, the kick is up, and the kick, it is good. Well, let's make it 10-0 Russellville. Here in the third quarter, 6:15 to go. Back in a moment.
Russellville 10, Van Buren 0. Plate 669 MZY. Your lights are on. A Honda Pilot. License plate.
Zach Hocker will kick off now. Zach has 4 of the 10 points himself personally, with a field goal, a 49-yarder, and an extra point. But the little bit of trickery from the Cyclones on the reverse, and then the pass by Cole Smith, completed to Matt Lutz, and the Cyclones have a little bit more breathing room at 10-0. See if Hocker will kick this one into the end zone. Boy, he kicked that one way back there, almost out of the back of the end zone, and Thompson can't return it. And that's where Van Buren will start their own 20. What a weapon. I've said this week after week, but you just think about the situation where the other team can't run the kickoff back at any time, and that is a demoralizing weapon. So here's Van Buren. They find themselves not 3 down, but 10 down now.
41, Rogers Heritage 0.
Into the final moments of period number 3. About 6 minutes to go. Handed off to, whoa, not much there. The stop made defensively by Aaron McConnell on Connor Joyce. Look at it again, and he just bulldogged him.
No gain on the play.
Well, I mean, tell you, I'm not sure whether that was football or professional wrestling there. But a nice job done. As you can see, the only gain was the gain of the length of the football.
Harbor 7, Heritage 7.
Looking, rolling to the near side. Pittman wants to throw. Throws underneath and almost intercepted. That's what you call a hurry. He was being hurried, and it was almost picked off by the Cyclones' Addison Walker.
For Ethan 6.
So place the football back at the 20.
Third down and 10, Van Buren.
3rd and 10 for Van Buren. You see the clock, 5:34 stops, of course, with the incomplete pass. Don't forget to watch for those sponsors on the lower left of your screen. They're the reason that we're able to bring you these telecasts week after week right here on IMC Studios Sportswatch. Back, Pittman wants to throw. Fires, and it's intercepted by Andrew Tryon. I don't know where that one was going. I didn't see a white shirt anywhere around. Pittman looks, fires. It sailed a little bit. That's who it was intended for. And overthrew the intended receiver, and Tryon makes the interception. Was overthrown. Here's the Cyclones in great field position again at the 35 of Van Buren. Turnovers have hurt the Pointers tonight. Bring Collins in motion, faked him, give it off to Jacob Sparks into the secondary. Look at him rock and roll down to the 5-yard line. Stop made by Cole Plunkett. Let's look at it again. Fake it to Collins. Give it to Jacob Sparks. Finds his way, got some blocking out front, and then he just turns on the afterburner. Look at him pick his way behind the blocker there, Cole Smith. And down at the 5. Cyclones first and goal. Boy, that was pretty. Under center now, Reeves. High formation in the backfield. Give it to Sparks. Sweeps to the outside. Maybe picked up a yard. Trying to get to the end zone. Stopped by Tyler Hassel, number 7. Gain of 1 to the 4-yard line. Well, not much, really. They gave him 1, but he didn't gain very much. It's between the 4 and the 5. Reeves gets the play from head coach Jeff Holt. Cyclones can kind of widen this out here with a touchdown here. After practically no scoring at all through 2.5 quarters. Reeves. Sparks. Cuts inside. Touchdown, Russellville. Jacob Sparks with a nice touchdown run there. They never knocked him off his feet. Let's look at it again from the end zone. Jacob's going to come right back at you. Broke that tackle, broke a second one, and in standing up, looks like we have an injury for Van Buren on the field. We'll be right back. So following the injury timeout, Zach Hocker is on to attempt the extra point kick that would make it 17-0 Russellville here in the third period. Blake Robinson will hold. Okay, the officials say it's all right to start now. Hocker sets the toe, and Mr. Toe, as he might well become known as, will be attempting to tack on the 17th point of the night. Low snap. Kick is up. Kick is good. Another great job by Blake Robinson. And the Cyclones draw blood again. 17-0 Russellville. Will be right back.
Russellville 17, Van Buren 0.
I know head coach Jeff Holt's got to feel a little bit better now. Got 17 points to work with here late in the third period, and Zach Hocker will try to boot it out of the end zone again. Every time I see him kick, I think of that movie Flubber. Well, he must have flubber on his toe or on the football, because that thing just keeps going. Deep, Van Buren, knowing that their run-back possibilities are not good. That's Joseph Snap and Thompson back there, number 12, number 4 and 12 back for Van Buren. Here's Hocker, and goodbye. That one's out of the back of the end zone. They didn't even get to touch it. Boy. So Van Buren will start again from the 20-yard line. As of late, Van Buren has had the turnover problems, turnover-itis. And the Cyclones have, here in the second half, have responded and have turned it into 2 touchdowns to make it 17-0. So here's Pittman again. He's under center, and that's where he's had some troubles, under center. Gave it off to the tailback, first one through. Connor Joyce, number 32, stopped by Aaron McConnell, number 47. Gained about 4, 2nd and 6. But I'll tell you right now, Van Buren's going to have to do more than that if they want to get back into this football game. Play comes in from Ethan 6, number 6, and he'll go split wide right. Connor Joyce is the tailback, 2 wingbacks for Van Buren. Pittman throws. It's complete to Thompson, and Thompson breaks a tackle And look, he was tackled by his own man out there. Jacob Thompson able to pick up enough, looks like enough for a first down, out to the 33-yard line.
Patrick Jimenez, one of the last to bring him down.
After Pittman just faked the dive play and stood up and dropped it off to Thompson. And Thompson did the rest himself. Neal brings the play in from the coaching staff. Brings snap to the near side. He's number 4. Wide to the wide side of the field. And there is Pittman carrying himself, but I think we had a flag on the play. No, well, there's some problem here. Did they have an inadvertent whistle? Because everybody just stopped, and I thought, well, they must have called a penalty at the start of the play, but then they said no, they started up again. The football at the 42-yard line, and I guess an inadvertent whistle, and has Russell has been involved in several inadvertent whistles this year, to say the least. And the officials say, well, hey, that's where it is. That's where it finally ended, even though everybody stopped. And you can hear the boos. So Van Buren just going to have to, well, that's the way it is. We just got to take it there. So at the 42, Neal brings the play in, and I'm sure he's telling everybody, run until you know it's stopped. Pittman gives it off to Connor Joyce, and he gets very little. He got to just step back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Whole host of Cyclones in there to make the stop. Luckily, Connor there, you can see he just jumped up. He was like on springs. He happy to carry the football and handed it to the official and bounced back to the huddle. So a first down at the 44 for Van Buren. Ethan Six brings the play in for the Pointers. 17-0, 3:04 left to go in the third quarter. Pittman gives it off to Thompson. Thompson's got some running room. Broke a tackle there. 40, 30, 20, and finally drug out of bounds about the 16-yard line. Over there was Jackson Jacobs, number 17. Otherwise, that's a touchdown for Thompson. And Thompson did a nice job after getting past the line of scrimmage. Down to the 17-yard line. One of the biggest plays of the night for Van Buren. They reset the chain. And we'll be right back. So the Pointers in their best scoring position of the night after Thompson's run. Jacob Thompson, a senior. Now he'll go split right. Connor Joyce is the tailback. They give it to him, and he does some tough running down to the 15, maybe the 14-yard line. Let's look at it again from right there at ground level. Give it off to the big guy, and he just covers it up, and a host of Cyclones bring him down. Ty Osborne in on the play, number 53, at the 15-yard line. 2nd and 8. Van Buren has not scored in the football game. It was 3-0 at the half. It's 17-0 right here as we approach the end of the third period. Pittman under center. Well, there goes the ball again. And the Cyclones have it again. And here comes the Cyclones down the sideline. Aaron McConnell, will he go all the way? Yes, indeed. It's a Cyclone touchdown. What a play. There's the ball bouncing away from Pittman. Took one bounce, and Aaron McConnell right here, it looks like he's going to be dropped. But then he breaks away just from strength. Kept his balance. And now he's got a convoy. Nothing but red shirts. Now Aaron isn't the fastest in the world, but he's looking behind him. Got to beat one guy. Bradford Webb takes care of him. That was Connor Joyce, and whoops, I'm going to make a big roll in the end zone. That's Aaron McConnell for a touchdown. Boy, he'll remember that the rest of his life. Timeout is called on the field. We'll be right back. Well, they're laughing about it on the sideline right now. Charlie Goodman right there. And he'll tell that 1,000 times in the next year. The coach for Van Buren, head coach Mike Lee, onto the field talking to the officials, and I don't think he's very happy. But it will be the extra point kick from Zach Hocker, and he'll try to make it 24-0. That was, I can visualize that play over and over in my mind. I know Aaron McConnell will from now. He'll tell it to his grandchildren. Boy, isn't that what's great about high school athletics? Blake Robinson holds. Good snap this time. Kick is up, and the kick, there's a flag on the play.
Flag on the play.
Let's see what the officials are going to say. It was a false start on Russellville, so move it back 5, and Zach Hocker will have to try it again.
5-yard penalty. The ball will be placed at the 8-yard line.
So from the 8, and the kick will be from, they'll move up a little bit. He'll kick it from the 15-yard line. Which is a chip shot for Mr. Hocker. Has this been a wild football game or what? Robinson to hold the snap. It's a good one. Down. The kick is up, and plenty of leg, and the kick is good. The score, Russellville 24, Van Buren nothing. Back for the Cyclone kickoff after these important messages.
24. Van Buren 0. Aaron McConnell.
Flags flying proudly on the near sideline on the home side for the Cyclones as Russellville will kick off with under 2 minutes to go before the end of the third period. The offense has come alive here in the third period for the Cyclones, aided, of course, by turnovers from Van Buren, including that last one. So Zach Hocker will kick away again. Van Buren had a good drive going on when that fumble occurred. But again, the Cyclones can be sympathetic because they too lost their number one signal caller and are playing with a sophomore. But Lane Reeves has done a whale of a job, and I'm sure Pittman, after he gets a chance to, depending on whether Spoon is able to come back. That one down and through the end zone, and Van Buren will start at the 20. As I started to say, hopefully Tyler Spoon will be able to come back next week, but if not, Pittman will have an opportunity for a week of practice, and I'm sure he'll hold on to the football a little more closely after he gets a few more reps with the football. That's a heck of a situation for a sophomore to be placed in, is to come in and have to cold take charge of the football team. So Van Buren once again with it, trailing now 24-0. Throw that football, it is incomplete. Intended for Ship. Oh, but it bounced off him, and look at who is traveling down the sideline. What a play. It's been a night of that kind of plays all night, and Jacob Jenkins scores for Van Buren. Everybody relaxed a little bit when the ball tipped off of the receiver. Look here, it's just a little out pattern from Pittman. Whoops. And then there is the trail man, Jacob Jenkins, and he was all alone.
80 yards for Van Buren.
80 yards for the touchdown. And I know, Pittman, that wasn't the way that the pass play was supposed to go. Here's a
unsportsmanlike conduct.
Unsportsmanlike conduct is called, looks like, against both teams.
Both teams.
So no penalty yardage will be marked off.
And the pointers are in to attempt the point after number 25.
So to kick the extra point or attempt to is Jeremy Martin, number 25. Snap down, the kick is up, and the kick is in the air, and the kick, it is good. So suddenly it is 24-7. The Cyclones still lead by 17. We'll be back, and the Cyclones will get the football in just a moment.
Van Buren 7. That scoring recap. Quarterback Dylan.
Well, we have really had the unusual plays tonight. Boy, make a highlight reel, I mean to tell you. So kicking off, it will be Roberto Rodriguez, number 50. And the football, unusually, they signaled that the unsportsmanlike was against both teams, but they give Van Buren the 15 yards and the short kickoff then. Jacob Sparks crossed the 20, the 30, into the open field. He caught it at the 10. He's off to the races. Will he go all the way? Yes, he will. 90 yards for the score, Jacob Sparks. And the Cyclones strike again here late in the third period. That's about the third touchdown in the last about 20 or 25 seconds. But oops, wait, is there a flag on the play? You see just a minute 22 left. A clipping penalty called against Russellville. You don't see that penalty very often anymore. You see the block in the back call, but not often a clipping penalty, and that wipes out the touchdown by Jacob Sparks. That'll bring it all the way back. But again, we were just trying to sort out why Van Buren was kicking from 15 yards downfield when they called unsportsmanlike conduct against both teams. Van Buren kicks it off to the 10-yard line. Sparks returns at 90 yards for the score, but the clip cost the touchdown and the mark-off back to the 28-yard line. So it was a clip upfield on the run back.
Penalties 15 yards. And the Cyclones have first down and 10.
So Russellville will have it first down and 10, still leading 24-7, but oh, you hate to take those 6 points off the board after Van Buren scored, because Van Buren getting some life with that touchdown scored by the Pointers. Give it off, Jacob Sparks straight ahead and gets to the 30, maybe the 31-yard line. There on the play,
Terrence Oliver on the tackle.
Jesse Nichols, number 65, along with Terrence Oliver.
The 30-yard line.
Ball at the 30. This has been a game of strange plays and turnovers and no scoring hardly in the first half at all, and then all of a sudden the ball's going everywhere. 3 wide receivers left. That's trips left for the Cyclones. Reeves gives it off to Jacob Sparks, and he does not get back to the line of scrimmage. Good job done there by number 90. That's Terrence Oliver once again.
George on the tackle. Trevor Farrar was also there. Loss of 1.
Football at the 29-yard line, a loss of 1.
29-yard line.
Three wide receivers will go left. Reeves looks to the sideline. And people just milling around a little bit here, and they do because it's the end of the third quarter. Let the time run out. At the end of three, Russellville 24, Van Buren 7, back for the exciting fourth quarter in a moment. Well, we're to the fourth period. The Cyclones 24, Van Buren 7. After a 3-0 first half, the third period, 3 touchdowns for the Cyclones with another one called back. And Van Buren with a very unusual touchdown for their lone score.
Third down and 9, Russellville.
Third and 9 for the Cyclones. Twin receivers to the near side of the field. Lane Reeves brings the man in motion, and the ball goes through his hands. And he is going to be dumped, and whoa, who's going to come up with the football? It went through Lane Reeves' hands, and looks like Van Buren has recovered. On that football, Trevor Farrar, the senior, and I'm sure head coach Jeff Holt is going to tell Lane Reeves when he comes off the side, don't try to pick it up if you are being pressured like that. Just fall on the football. But Farrar came up with it at the 13-yard line, and I know Coach Holt is scratching his head because this has been a night of most unusual. I'm not sure this isn't an early Halloween. And the scoreboard clock calling for the Cyclone defense to rise to the occasion. Pittman. Rolls right, wants to throw. Has a man, incomplete. Nice coverage by the Cyclones. It was intended for Thompson, Jacob Thompson. Andrew Tryon, one of those there. Look at it again. Nice job by Pittman, though, to sell this. Throws, but double coverage here. Tryon was on the front side. Bradford Webb on the backside. Second and 10 for Van Buren. We're in the final period of play. Van Buren with the 2 wingbacks in tight, 2 wide receivers. Gave it off to Neal, and Neal gets down to around the 11-yard line. Some nifty ball handling inside there. Addison Walker made the stop. And the forward progress marked inside the 11. Got to get down to just inside the 4 for a first down. They can get a first down and not a touchdown for the Pointers. Throwing the pass, and it's incomplete. Boy, he threw it into a traffic jam there, intending for Thompson. Bradford Webb broke it loose. Look at it again from ground level. Just steps back and tries to dump it over the middle, and Thompson, it's lucky that one wasn't intercepted. Bradford Webb was concerned about shaking the ball loose, and that was the right thing to do. Clock stops with 11:06 to play. In the football game, Russellville 24 and Van Buren 7. Looks like we're going to have a field goal try. In the attempt the field goal is Jeremy Martin, number 25. Be about a 28-yard field goal. The kick is blocked. Andrew Tryon trying to head down the field. Let's look at it again. And he did. Andrew Tryon blocked that kick. The play blown dead, but that actually wasn't correct there. Again, an inadvertent whistle, because on a block like that, that's a live ball. But again, that's the second one of those we've had tonight, is a inadvertent whistle blowing the play dead. You saw Tryon turn around and look after he had blocked the field goal attempt, but the play was blown dead, and so that's where the Cyclones will have the football. It could have been another touchdown, and head coach Jeff Holt is saying, what's going on here? Because he knows that was a live ball, and that could have been a Cyclone touchdown. But that's not the way it's going to rest. The officials still talking about it. Everybody just meandering around the field. Well, now what's going to happen here? I told you this has been like Halloween, and that this continues to be a night of very unusual plays, unusual happenings. And head coach Jeff Holt just turning away. Whatever it is, he can't believe it. Well, the Cyclone defense is coming back onto the field. Now, what does this mean? Well, this is almost like a redo. I didn't know there was such. And so, Van Buren's going to have another crack at fourth down. Back, Pittman's going to haul it to the end zone, and Ship is there to make the touchdown grab. Can you believe that? Joseph Snap with the grab. With 10:46 left to go.
Pittman's pass complete to Joseph Snap.
Snap makes the play. John Olson was all over him, but he was able to get his body between Olson and the ball, and Joseph Snap makes it a 24-13 ball game. Now hold on here. Things are really getting strange. They fake, no good. They were going to go for two. Pittman wanted to roll and throw an attempt for two, but the Cyclones said nothing doing. There's a flag. Oh my goodness, there's a flag on the play. Now what are we going to have? You know what? I won't be surprised at anything. Personal foul, face mask against Russellville. Here's Pittman. And there it is right there. You can see the hand across the face mask. And that was a good call. Andrew Tryon got the hand up a little high on the face mask. So guess what? Here we go. It's going to place the football half the distance to the goal.
After the penalty, ball will be marked half the distance to the goal.
And the Cyclone defense has to come on again. And remember, this was on a 2-point conversion try, so they move it to the 1. Will Van Buren go for 2 again? Well, I guess we're going to find out. Wow, I'll tell you what, you couldn't write a screenplay like this. Pittman up to the line of scrimmage. Now they blow the whistle. The officials do. Timeout Russellville. They want to regroup a little bit. Well, you saw that a moment ago up there. The clock hasn't moved at all. 10:46 left to go in the football game, and things have gotten really weird and strange at Cyclone Stadium. 2 inadvertent whistles. Then a redo which allowed Van Buren to score a touchdown. Went for 2, and a face mask penalty called against Russellville allowed them to have and now Van Buren is called for a false start. Cyclone fans are applauding. This one's going to move the ball back to the 6-yard line. That's where they'll Van Buren will have another try at it. Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again. Looks like they're going to bring on the kicker now. Instead of going for two, Jeremy Martin's going to try to kick the extra point. But don't be surprised if they don't. Now they're going to go for one. Down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. Well, we finally get this settled. Russellville 24, Van Buren 14. The Cyclones will get the football when we return in just a moment or two.
And your score with 10 minutes and 46 seconds to play in the fourth quarter.
Well, I've been trying to search for a word, and the best one I can come up with is bizarre. It has been a bizarre second half. Turnovers everywhere, 2 inadvertent whistles. It's just been really strange. It's an October night, but it's not Halloween yet. Straightaway kickoff this time. And there's another flag on the play. That one on the sideline. The officials. First down, Russellville. You see that. The football will be placed at the 35-yard line. That's where Russellville will have it first down and 10. Maybe we can get settled down to some normal football. My goodness. Been hard to keep it all straight here as of late. Russellville leads by 10, 24-14, but they led 24-0 at one time. Lane Reeves dropped for a loss. Stop was made once again by Trevor Farrar. He's had a heck of a ball game for the Van Buren Pointers. Loss of 3, second and 13. And the Cyclones, who have normally been just like a machine, have really had their problems here as of late. Carrying the football, Collins. Collins out to the 38-yard line. There's a flag on the play. Look here. Whoop, that looks like that may be a face mask there on Van Buren. Let's see. Personal foul. Face mask. Yep, on Van Buren. Great job by our camera crew to catch that. And freeze frame it for all you fans. Great job. Well, that 15-yarder brings it. It's a Cyclone first down, as you can hear the PA announcer, and the ball will move into Van Buren territory to the 47-yard line.
Quarterback for the Cyclones, first down and 10, the Van Buren 47-yard line.
Collins. The football handed off to Jacob Sparks. A big run down to the 32, and the Cyclones have a new quarterback in there in Zach Greer, number 6. But you talk about reliable, here he comes. Jacob Sparks. First down, Jimmy Barber, number 8, made the stop. So the new Cyclone quarterback, Zach Greer, the junior. High snap. Gives it off to Jacob Sparks again to the 25 and bowled over about the 22-yard line. That was Joseph Snap who caught the touchdown pass that made that stop. High snap, inside, handed off. And a nice job here by both the running back and the defensive back. Cyclones with the football. Greer, the new quarterback for Russellville. Throws out into the flat, caught by Matt Lutz. Lutz to the 20, down about the 18-yard line. His counterpart, number 8, Jimmy Barber, made the stop.
Quentin George and Jimmy Barber in on the tackle.
Look at this job. Fake inside to Sparks, throw it out. Had to wait on it a little bit. And then Matt Lutz did a great job of splitting 2 defenders and picking up a few extra yards. Could have been a loss on that play. First down, Cyclones in the red zone. Greer getting his opportunity to shine here for the Cyclones. Gives it off to Jacob Sparks. Sparks, he's off to the races. He could score. He does. Jacob Sparks just kind of takes over and says, I'm going to put it in the end zone. Look at it again. Coming right at you. Just turns on the afterburner, cuts back inside, beat the last defender, and it's 6 for the big senior. And that one really helps the Cyclones, because Van Buren was beginning to feel like they could get back into the football game. But now it's 30-14. Zach Cocker will attempt to punch in point number 31. Down the kick. It's up and it's good. Score Russellville 31, Van Buren 14. As the Cyclones have put on 28 points here in the second half. Van Buren has notched 14 and some strange doings going on. We'll be back with the kickoff in just a moment. There's a great crowd here tonight for the Cyclones. Even a sombrero in there in the crowd. And having a great time with the Cyclones, opening up a 17-point lead once again. But remember, this game was 3-0 at the half. And then, I mean to tell you, somebody rubbed up the crystal ball and all kinds of strange things happened. So here's Hocker with a chance to kick off once again and put one into the end zone or beyond. You hear the Cyclone band in the background. And this one is actually going to be taken at the 1-yard line. That's Thompson with a nice run down the sideline, 40, 45, and steps out of bounds at the 50. Nice run back by Jacob Thompson, the senior. This Van Buren team is not blessed with many seniors, and that's one of the reasons they're having kind of a tough year. Got a lot of youngsters. But they have shown some stick-to-itiveness. They haven't given up. They've stayed in the football game. Even after they lost their starting quarterback early in the football game in Tyler Spoon, Dylan Pittman's hung right in there, number 10. And here come the Pointers once again. Pittman wants to throw. He's going to put it up. And overthrown, intended for Snap once again, who caught a touchdown pass earlier. Incomplete.
John Olson defending on the play. Second down and 10.
So 2nd and 10 for Van Buren here, midway through the fourth quarter. After things were really quiet for 2.5 quarters, then it's just like somebody turned on the switch. Tight formation, 2 wingbacks and a tailback. Bring a man in motion. Hand it off straight ahead. Connor Joyce with a nice run. Made a nice run straight ahead. Some good up front blocking from Van Buren. Stop was made defensively by Logan Pruitt, the senior, 5'8", 170, number 35. And there's the dancing tubas of the Russellville Cyclone Band. Here's Snap going wide left. Thompson comes wide right. Pittman gives it off. Short gain that time for Jacob Jenkins, number 15. Cut it back inside. Number 36, Brad Barnes makes the tackle with 7:39 to go in the football game, and Russellville ahead by 17, 31-14.
Van Buren at the Russellville 42-yard line.
And I think both teams will look back on tonight and talk about the strange plays and the miscues that have happened. Gave that one straight ahead to Connor Joyce, and he just used his leg strength to get about a yard before he stood up by the Cyclone defense.
Connor Joyce on the carry.
Not much of a gain.
Third down and 5, Van Buren.
3rd and 5 for Van Buren here in the fourth period. Pittman sends the Cyclones on defense to face this Van Buren offense here in the fourth period. Bring a man in motion. Quick pitch it to him. That's Jenkins. And Jenkins ran into his own man. Otherwise, he might have gone a little further.
Jenkins on the carry.
Ran over Neal.
On the tackle.
Placed the football down at the 37-yard line.
4th down and 2, Van Buren.
4th and 2 for Van Buren, and you know they'll be going for it here late in the football game. So they look to the sideline, to the coaching staff, headed up by Mike Lee. Assistant head coach is Dale Mann. 6 minutes even to go in this one. Van Buren driving. And they gave it off to Connor Joyce. Down at the bottom of that pile, once again, Addison Walker. He's made a lot of tackles tonight. Gain was to the 34-yard line, but it was enough for a first down.
Gain of 2 on the play. First down and 10, Van Buren. The Russellville 34-yard line.
But let me tell you, Van Buren, if they've had success doing exactly what they're doing right now, but they don't have time to get back into the football game running the football like that. The clock will expire. Give it off to Connor Joyce. Brad Barnes makes the stop. Look at it from ground level. Tackled immediately. Not only Barnes, but Luke Reeves was in there, the junior. Nothing doing there. Cyclone defense put the stopper on the pointers on that particular play between the 33 and the 34-yard line. Snap goes wide left. Give it off to Connor Joyce, and he's had a tough night tonight. Just hadn't had much room to run it all. Blake Robinson, number 10 there. Addison Walker, 44. Down to 4:30 to go. 31-14 Cyclones here at Cyclone Stadium. Cyclones wanting to keep that top 10 position. Play comes in from the sideline for Van Buren. But they really haven't shown much urgency. Here's Pittman, though, from the shotgun. Rolls, throws. It's complete. That's Snap. Number 4, Joseph Snap leaped and made that grab. Nice grab on a throw that wasn't real close, but he made it. And we have a flag on the play.
Against Van Buren.
Talking to Blake Robinson, so it must be against Van Buren. That's a legal shift against Van Buren, which will cost them 5. The hanky comes up off of the turf. And he explains to Van Buren why it was an illegal shift. Move it back to the 38-yard line. 3rd down, 14. And the clock, the ally of the Cyclones, the rest of the way. Pittman rolls left, stops, heaves it up there. Incomplete, intended for snap once again. John Olson covering, Bradford Webb also covering.
Intended for Joseph Snap. John Olson and Patrick Jimenez depending on the play.
And we have another flag, again an illegal shift against Van Buren. That's 2 in a row. But it was declined.
Penalties declined. 4th down and 14.
4th and 14 for Van Buren. So the punt team comes onto the field for Van Buren. But don't be surprised here late in the football game if they do not punt. Jacob Thompson is the punter. And there's a whistle on the play. And we'll see what's happening here, and we'll return in just a moment. Well, Russellville took a timeout with 3:31 left to go in the football game. So again, it's 4th down for Van Buren. I'm sure head coach Jeff Holt wanted to make sure his charges were wary of Mr. Thompson.
Jacob Thompson in the punt for Van Buren.
There's the snap, and he does pooch kick it away. And it'll be hauled in by Avarian Collins at about the 12-yard line. So just a short pooch kick keeps Russellville deep in their own territory with 3.5 minutes to play, but Russellville will be in no hurry, leading 31-14. Let's see who will be quarterbacking the Cyclones this particular series. Lane Reeves went most of the way. Then Zach Greer came on. And it's still Zach Greer in the ball game. Gives it off, and some tough running straight ahead. Not much there. Stop made by Quentin George, number 5. And carrying the football for the first time this evening, Emmanuel Smith, number 21, the junior. So a few of the younger players getting an opportunity to play here in the final moments of the football game on their home turf. See Richard Peavy in the ball game also, number 7. Handed off, Emmanuel Smith. Not much there. Stop was made by Terrence Oliver, number 90. Football there at the 14-yard line. But the clock, the friend of the Cyclones. In a big way right now, leading by 17 points.
7A Central scores, North Little Rock 7, Little Rock Catholic 0.
So Greer brings him up to the line of scrimmage in the shotgun. High snap. Give it off to Emmanuel Smith again. He gets to the 15 and just across the 15. Stop made there for Van Buren by Trevor Farrar, number 41. Cyclones just trying to eke out a little room and run that clock.
At the 17-yard line.
And the Cyclones will bring the punt team onto the field. And back is Joseph Stapp, number 4, to receive for Van Buren. Hocker stands at his own 1. And the kick away. And Snap will fair catch at the 45-yard line. Back after this. So Van Buren onto the field with just moments left in this one. Trailing by 17. Pittman wants to throw the football. Throws and snap is there, and he makes the grab to the 10, to the 5, and Joseph Snap with a second touchdown of the night for Van Buren. He got inside of the Russell defender and then was able to work his way free and find the end zone, and suddenly it's 31-20. Lucky there isn't much time left on the clock. To kick, Jimmy Martin, number 25, will attempt the extra point kick, which would bring Van Buren to within 10. There's the snap and the kick. And the kick, it is good. Make it 31-21, folks. Cyclones only by 10 now, and with 1:05 to go in the football game, we'll be right back.
5 seconds to play in the fourth quarter. Tournament coordinators Mike Butler or Brian Lutz.
So ready to kick off, and this is obviously going to be an onside kick from Jeremy Martin. Rodriguez is not in the ball game, the deep kicker. Oh, and Rodriguez misses it, and the squib, and it's not going to go 10 yards. Matter of fact, it didn't go any yards. It did a circle. So the onside kick attempt by Jeremy Martin did not work. And Russell will have it at the 39-yard line is where they're going to place it of Van Buren with just 1:05 to go. Very unusual kick. It went like a boomerang. Went out and came right back. Well, the Cyclones should be able to just sit on it about twice, and that'll be the football game. Greer throws the football out here for Matt Lutz. 30 and down to about the 27-yard line. On instant replay. Greer throws it out. There's Lutz in the flat. Got by Thompson here. Thompson finally trips him up. But it's a first down for the Cyclones with only seconds remaining. 43-42. You see the clock moving. Cyclones should really only have to run one more play. Handed off to Emmanuel Smith. He got a slow start on a busted play and dropped immediately by Joseph Snap, going both ways tonight.
No gain on the play.
No gain on the play, and that may be all that the Cyclones have to run. Football at the 29. 11 seconds, 10, 9. You see it being counted off, and the Cyclones standing in the huddle. That's going to be it. Cyclones hold on in this one on a strange night, particularly a very strange second half. 31-21, the final score. The Cyclones win. Time now for the Cyclone recap on a strange second half. Here comes Jacob Sparks running into Van Buren territory, but a fumble called right there, recovered by Van Buren. Look at this. They finally called this play an incomplete pass, although it looked like a fumble. But the next play, the Cyclones get another fumble, and guess what? Rumassi comes up with it. Lane Reeves with a big run. Finally hauled down. Reeves again coming right at you. And this very interesting second half that had included with it 2 inadvertent whistles. Collins with a big play right there. Nice job by the Cyclones. Here's the reverse. Cole Smith's going to stop, throw the pass. Matt Lutz wide open for the touchdown on the trick play. The extra point kick is good. Zach Hocker's steady toe. Look at that bulldog done right there by the Cyclone defense. This pass overthrown, intercepted by Andrew Tryon. Give this one to Jacob Sparks. He's headed to the house, folks. Got to the 5-yard line. Coming right at you once again. Got it in the end zone. Extra point kick. Good for Zach Hocker. That time 17-0 Cyclones. Look at this takeaway right here. And look at this run from Aaron McConnell. He is not going to be denied. Keep running, Aaron. And he falls into the end zone. Touchdown. A lineman's dream. Extra point kick good. At that time, 24-0. But boy, things would change. Through the hands. Whoops. All of a sudden, it went through one receiver's hands to Jacob Jenkins' hands. Touchdown, Van Buren. The extra point was good. Drop this one over the middle, incomplete. Nice job by Bradford Webb defensively. Throw this one up, Snap makes a nice play here. Joseph Snap for the touchdown for Van Buren. The extra point kick, whoop, it was no good, but an inadvertent whistle. Then we had another play. He's dropped from a 2-point conversion, but there was a penalty flag, and finally the extra point kick was good to make it 24-14. Jacob Sparks continues his steady running. Look at him here, boom. And again. This time, he finds pay dirt. Extra point kick good. What a toe. 31-14, but it's not over. Look at this catch by Joseph Snap. He's going to the end zone. The extra point kick good. 31-21, and that's the way it ended. The Cyclone recap of that strange second half. Here are the game stats. 10 of 14 passing, 126 and 172 yards on the ground for the Cyclones in 38 rushes, averaged almost 5 yards a rush. Defensively, Addison Walker, big game with 9 tackles in the ball game. 2 sacks, however, from Aaron McConnell, and don't forget that run back for a touchdown. Here's head coach Jeff Holt.
Come down their level. You always got to play with class. You got to win with class. Got it? Yes, sir. I'm glad to get this one out of the way. Next week is a huge game. Huge game. They're one of the top teams in our conference. We're going to have to play really well, which means what on Monday? We've got to have a great practice. Bring it and be ready to go on Monday. Congratulations. Enjoy these 2 days. Ready to come back to work now. You hear me? Let's go to work. Call it up. Let's go, guys. Bring it, Monday. Get that bubble weed. Get that bubble weed.
Players of the game brought to you by Russell Sports Photography. Offensive player of the game, Demarius Neal. Defensive player of the game, Aaron McConnell. Special teams player of the game, Zach Hocker. The players of the game brought to you by Russellville Sports Photography.